Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. Charles here, and welcome to the show. Yes, it is a special edition today. Usually you're like, Charles, you're supposed to be in the morning. I said, I know, but I got a special guest. I want to make sure that we get her on today. And if you're watching, thank you for joining us. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, please welcome my special guest to the show. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Good, good, good.
I know you were a little bit underneath the weather, and I'm glad that you could make it because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. So you got to forgive me if my voice is a little hoarse. I'm going to do my best.
Not a problem. Long as you're here and we can get the information, because
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. It's getting the key information on what you're doing and how you can help others.
Well, I have a blend of profession. I'm a mediator. I'm a legal support advocate. And I know we'll go into what is a legal support advocate. I'm a founder of a support group for abused women. It's called Women of Courage and Strength. I'm also a master coach practitioner. And more or less, that's the only thing we're going to talk about today. We do a
Well,
few other stuff, but
so-
that's enough. That's enough.
all right, so let's backtrack then.
Yes,
Born and raised.
at two different places.
Yes, let's talk about both. Where were
Yeah,
you born
I was born in Israel,
and
and
where were you raised?
I was raised in Canada. I
There
grew
you
up.
go.
I grew up here. Yes.
All right, so what's
So,
your background? Give us a little background on the little girl.
um, you know, I think I was born to be an advocate for those for the weaker one,
Mm,
for the injustice. I was just born into it. From a little kid, I used to bring girls home that were not happy at home. I used to
mm.
bring people, family, whoever you want. I used to bring to my parents. Everybody needed help. My father used to say a long time ago. He used to tell me, you should be a social worker. I
Okay.
did make it to be a social worker, but yeah,
Yeah.
I always had that, that I couldn't stand injustice. It
Hmm.
just I don't know. I was just born into it. I don't know how to explain.
So from a little girl, there was nothing
Yes.
else you wanted to do. You didn't like lawyer, doctor. You didn't see yourself doing anything else. You just had this passion
Never wanted, no, yeah. Always.
always in you.
Always, yeah.
Okay, so then any sports? Did you do any sports? Were you a fan of any sports?
I'm a fan of karate. I could watch Bruce Lee forever. And actually, I gotta tell you, two of my kids have black belt in
Okay.
karate, and one has a black belt in judo. I have three boys. Yes.
So
So
not
I
only
love that, and my brother has two dans in karate. So yeah, I don't know. I just love that sport.
are you fighting injustice, you can fight as well. You got people to back you up, right?
Yeah,
So that's the key thing. There's fighting
yeah,
on both sides. That's
yeah.
good to know.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
when did it really start though? When did then it officially, as we say, officially start for you?
Well, you know what? For years, I've been doing it unofficially.
Hmm.
I've always been like always mediated, you know, between people. Always had that niche to do it, but I actually went back to school in 2010. I went back to school and got my certification for for a mediator, and also for the legal support advocate. And I'm actually, just so you know, I'm actually in school right now. I just went back again to school, and I'm just finishing my last. I did two double major, two BA in human rights and equity and law and society. And this is really what I think my bottom is, like human rights, which is
So then
injustice and so forth. Yeah.
so then I'm gonna flip the script on you, and I'm gonna go.
Oh no, you're not going to
I'm gonna
do
go
that.
hardcore and then come
No,
back
no, no,
again.
no, no,
So
no.
what was the when you were younger the thing that you saw the injustice and you're like, oh, I got to change this.
Oh, so many. I saw, so you know what? I can tell you when I was 14,
Hmm.
of course, in Canada, I was brought up here. I had a friend who was gay,
Okay.
and it's not like today
Yeah.
where it's and it was like our best friend, and I saw the way he was being bullied,
Yes.
and I mean, there was a whole bunch of us girls, and we stood up for him,
Hmm.
so that was sort of bullying that, even at a young age, I just There was no way anybody was going to bully my friend.
Right.
So, there were, so this is one of the injustice. I can tell you another injustice that I saw was my own sister. She was, she's darker, and she was crucified. She was called all kind of names because she was, darker skin, and I saw it. It was horrible, but I saw it at a young age. So I saw the inequality that was happening.
And then you said that's it. Something's got to change. You can, if someone's got to take a first step, I
And
can be the person.
I've always, worked towards that. I mean, I do it every day. And I
Hmm.
can tell you that, and I see a lot, I work a lot with abused women.
Okay.
That's really the main thing that I've been working for years with these abused women, because I see it and it's so unfair. So, I mean, beside working with them, you ask me what I do. I raise three boys that will never abuse a woman, that know how to respect a woman.
Hmm.
So, beside helping them, I think it's also important for us to teach our men, not just
Yes.
our girls.
Yeah. Both sides.
Absolutely.
Both sides, and it starts when you're young. It definitely
Absolutely.
starts with your when you're young, because you're going to
Um,
see things out there. You're going to watch
absolutely.
television. You're going to see radio
Yeah.
and other people. So it starts from a home base.
Yeah.
So then
Absolutely.
you said you wanted to help women. Was it always women first, or just helping in general? And then you store, the road led you over to the women's side.
Okay. So, it was always in general. I
Hmm.
mean, even today, if there's abuse, I mean, the percentage of abused men compared to women, I mean,
Yeah.
we can compare it, but there
Yep.
are, and I help them as well because I don't like injustice. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman.
Right.
Unfortunately, the percentage is much higher for the woman, so
Right.
that's why. But it's not that if a man comes to me and I will always help. It doesn't matter. It's just if I see injustice, and if a woman comes to me for help and I don't believe I believe she's the one that's causing the problem,
Yeah.
I won't help her.
Yeah. And
So
that's the thing is we.
it's about justice.
Yes.
It's
And
about
that's
what's right.
all right. So when did you go full start? When did you say this is it, and the company started? When did you hit full gas?
For a long time. I would say maybe full, at least 10, 15 years.
Okay, and it's
Yeah,
just been full steam ahead.
always. Yeah,
Has there ever been a time that you said, "I just can't do this anymore"?
never,
Never.
never, never even once. Never.
It's just people burn out. You never had a burnout to say no.
No, the only time I had one incident where, I mean, not burnt out, but
Hmm.
where I felt that by the time the woman came to me,
Hmm.
everything was in motion already, and I
Oh, okay.
couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't undo, I couldn't help her in
Hmm.
that sense at that moment. So that was very difficult for me. But just so you know, there's a good story to her because we did manage to work. It took us like a year,
Yeah.
of work, but we are in a different place. So, but no, never give up. How you can't,
So then
you can't.
that brings me to my next question. You said the time she got to you, it was already, you know, halfway or whatever it is.
Yeah.
When do they come to you? When do people come to you? Because sometimes they're ashamed, they want to say anything. How do you know when is the time? When is the right time to do anything?
Well, okay, that's two different things. If we're talking about mediation, it's usually when a couple decides that they want to separate and
Hmm.
they don't want to go through the court system. They want to finish it nicely and save a lot of money, going through because there's horror stories. I mean, it's
Yep.
expensive.
Yep.
So, and if there's no ego and there's no fighting and you know they can sort of work it out, then it's
Hmm.
never we agree 100%. Even if they tell me when we sit at the table, it's never 100%. But so that's a negotiation. That's me as a mediator, trying
Right.
to work it out, and then I'm the one that does the separation agreement. I also do, like the divorce application. and so forth. Parenting agreement if needs be. So that's the mediation part.
Right.
Just so you know, if there's abuse involved, you can mediate because it's an imbalance. So I can mediate. If there's a woman or a man being abused, they
Hmm.
cannot mediate. So it's a different story. So
Okay, so let's see. I didn't know that. So that's a
yeah,
good
you can.
good tip. Okay.
Yeah, you can't, because it's an imbalance. There's no power imbalance, so you
Hmm.
can't do it. But a legal support advocate is a different thing. It's when and dealing with abused women. The only time I can help a woman, and I mean, forgive me if I keep saying a woman
No,
because it
that's
could be a
understand.
man, but it's
Yeah.
because
No,
they
I'm
know.
totally understandable.
Yeah,
Totally understandable. Yep.
is when a woman decides
Hmm.
that she wants the help. You
Hmm.
can't help anyone unless they're ready for that. So I cannot go into a woman's house or I get many calls and saying, "Oh, my girlfriend is really suffering and she needs help. Can you call her?" I will not, because she's not ready. And if she's
Mm.
not ready, nothing is going to work.
You can talk until you're blue in the face.
If she's not ready to do anything.
Okay.
So it's when they decide, to do something about it and they call, then we can help them in,
Because
in
you
so
you
many
know
ways.
you know you know 110% ready to go. Picked up the phone. You dialed my number. You're serious.
Yeah, even if she's not 100% ready to go, but if she picked up that phone, that means
Hmm.
she's ready to get help.
Oh, okay.
So then, yeah, and a lot of the time, when they contact me, they already left. They're already
Okay.
separated. But a lot of the time, they get abused again,
Hmm.
unfortunately and sadly, by the legal system.
Right.
And a lot of them don't know what they're going to face, and it's not simple. So I help them also navigate the legal system. If I don't mediate and I'm a legal support advocate, this is what I do. And I help them also. Not a lot of Okay, so a lot of women get bullied after they leave,
Hmm.
because there's always a control and a controller. So
Yeah.
the controlling party, it's very hard for them to let go even if the woman left. So
Right.
how they going to control her? She's not in the house anymore. The
Hmm.
way they control her is by email, by using the children and things like.
Right.
So I help them, how to stand up, how to have, the courage. And that's why I call this organization Women of Courage and Strength. Because once you decided to move, I help them find. They all have courage, but I just help them find their inner strength. And once they find it, and things are, usually I always tell them there's life after. They usually, most of them do pretty well.
Okay. So before we go to, because I want to show this, you actually have a Facebook page
Yeah,
that people can join, and
yeah,
you can get other information, and talk to others. That's a great thing about Facebook pages,
yeah,
that there's information there. There's other people going through the same thing you are, maybe, or a
mm,
conversation, and you
yeah,
can join. So make sure you go onto Facebook, and there it is. Just look for right there,
yeah.
Woman of Courage and Strength, and there is the official page right there. So make sure you click on the right one and join the group.
Awesome.
All right. So here, the question I have for you is, during the mediation.
Mhm.
So you talk, and then they say what each person wants, right? Who always gets the dog?
I'll take the dog.
Why is it every time I've always seen that? I thought it was pretty funny. They don't care about the car, the house, this. You could
Who
have
gets
that. You
the
could have
dog?
that. But soon as the dog gets involved, then that is the biggest fight. Like, I was like, wow, okay, she'll
Yeah.
give you the house, she'll give you the car, but I get the dog.
But I got to tell you something. There's some couples I've known through my career. I've
Mm-hmm.
known some couples that, you know what? I give them, oh my God, all the respect in the world,
Right.
that they're still today. I know this couple, they've been divorced for, I think, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they still have dinner together with the kids. They each have, others. But, I asked them, I saw them not long ago, and I said, like, I can't forget you,
Yeah.
because it's like unbelievable, for a separated couple or divorced couple to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And she said to me something that's so valuable. She said, if people really love, if parents really love their children,
Right.
they would do it, because at the end of the day, it's for our children.
They'll make it work. They'll find a way to
Yeah,
make it work.
it's like so simple and so amazing. But yeah, yeah,
And
it's the
it's
choices we make in life.
and it's funny that you said that. Just because we never worked out doesn't mean that we have to, have any animosity. We have two
Yeah,
beautiful kids, three or whatever many
exactly,
kids you have, that we still
exactly,
have to co-parent
exactly.
and raise to the fullest. So I love that they're going out together and
Oh,
celebrating and doing
amazing.
and doing things together. That is great.
I
All
always use them as an example, but yeah.
right. All right. It is that time right now. It is time for rapid fire. We're going to play a quick game to get you to know you a little bit more on what you love to do. I ask you about 10 questions, and whatever comes to your mind, you just spit it out. If you want to explain, you got like 30 seconds to explain your answers. All right.
Okay. Okay.
But you can pick. It's questions A, B, C, or D. Which ones would you want?
Okay.
Give
Oh, are
me
you asking me now?
yeah, which ones? A, B, C, or D?
Oh, hey,
All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. What is your favorite drink?
pina colada,
All right, when are you most positive?
life,
All right. What inspires you and why?
honest people,
Winter or summer?
both.
Okay, you have to explain that one. I gotta stop. How can you have both?
I like the change of weather. I
Okay.
like the change of seasons. I love it.
All right. So what's happening new in your life right now that's exciting?
Oh, new?
Yep.
I get to travel. I didn't travel for 2 years.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite number and why?
8, infinity.
Okay. Your favorite cake?
Mm, I don't know. I love them all. Oh my God, it's so hard to choose. Well, the pecan pie
See, now we're on the same page. There you go. How do you start your day?
with a cup of coffee.
Okay. What was your worst subject in school?
Worst subject?
Worst subject in school.
Probably health.
But you love karate. All right. What
That
was your
was then. Now this is now.
okay. My bad. What was your best subject in school then?
Math, believe it or not. Math. Yeah.
There you go. You made it through rapid fire. There you go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Immigrant Women in Business (IWB) is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
Thanks, Charles. I'm Carolyn Dickinson, and I'm here to tell you that the Life Success Board systems are live. These success boards have massive impact. The system will allow you to be able to envision that anything is possible for every area of your life. It'll give you direction, it'll give you focus, and it'll keep you moving forward. There are 8 success board systems available to you, plus bonuses. So for more information on this amazing system, click the link below. You don't want to miss it. Back to you, Charles.
Yes, we are back live. And if you want any of those products, you can go to my website, charlesmatthewsjr.com. We have all of our guests. If they're author, books, little giveaways for my audience, you can go right there, catch it, and you get your discounts right there live. All right. So, we just finished doing rapid fire, and then you said inspires you in the morning. So how do you start your morning then that inspires you? What do you do? Like, what is your normal routine that inspires yourself?
I always get up every morning and thank whoever you want for a beautiful day.
Mm,
That's I'm always positive.
yeah.
I always look at if it's raining outside, how this is how I teach people. When you look outside and it's like raining, and most people, oh my God, it's raining, it's awful. I don't
Yeah.
look at it that way. I get up in the morning and I see rain, even if it's pouring rain. And I would say to myself, what a beautiful day. The rain, gives, energy, food, whatever you want to the flowers, and just a beautiful day. I know my kids would tell me, really? It's like pouring rain? Like, really? I say, yeah, try it. Try it. So once you stay positive, your whole day is
Mm-hmm.
positive. And that's the way. I mean, Charles, I wasn't born like this.
I was about to say, give me some of the
I
pills.
wasn't born like this. I want you to know. Uh, it took year of practice, and then and a lot of things that happened in my life that
Mm-hmm.
made me look at things differently. And this is what I teach now. But
Oh, okay.
it wasn't like an overnight thing.
I
No.
was like, give me the pills you're on, just give me the medicine, whatever that is, send them to share them. Because that's what it is. It's positivity. And more people, like some days
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to work, or oh, I don't want to do this. But like you said, it's a day that you have. Some people don't have today. So enjoy it.
that's right.
So then
That's
here's
right.
a question then. We talked about, being the right time. You talk about you doing the mediator. What is your best client? Okay. So the couple realize they're not going to be together anymore. When do they call you? As soon as they find out they're not going to be together, when they realize it's time, when is the best time to get a hold of you?
When they decide that they want to separate, when they separate, before there's a lot of animosity, before they start fighting, and so yeah,
Start
yeah,
listening to friends and family, and they did this,
exactly.
and he did this, and you should take this, and don't give him this, and yeah, and,
But
and
I'll tell you
vice
something else.
versa.
It's really important that the couples that do choose mediation
Mm-hmm.
is that they really want to work it out.
Okay.
And but a lot of the time, they come with ego. And I always tell them, you have, they stand in front of each other with an ego in front of them. So if you let that go, you
Yeah.
can. But I got to tell you a story. I
Yep.
had one couple, they're
Okay.
my favorite young couple. She just had a baby, they're a little boy, and they wanted to separate. So I said, okay. I came, and had a session, two session with them, and after a while, after the second session, I realized this couple really didn't want to do. They really didn't want to divorce. They were just too young. They, she was, just gave birth. Her hormones was going crazy, and they didn't want to divorce. So I actually continued working with them, not to divorce, to stay together. And I want to know that today. I mean, there's a few years ago, and today, like, they already have two kids. They're very
Mhm.
happy. But so sometimes as a mediator, I see that this is not. They don't want to divorce.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm
So
glad you.
I go,
I'm
I
glad.
go the other way, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm also a coach, and I see them.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't.
glad.
I mean, I see they love each other.
Yeah.
They don't want to divorce. How could I tell them? Yeah, let me give you a separation. No, you know. So that was
I
like,
like I like that. If you see it in them, because sometimes outside eyes is better, and because
yeah,
you are a coach and you see certain things, you see the
yeah,
frustration, and us. I'm going to put it out there. Sometimes us as men, we have blinders on. We're like, "What's the problem? We can't understand
yeah,
anything."
yeah,
Sometimes it's somebody like yourself to talk to us and say, "Look,
yeah,
she's up at 10 o'clock, then she goes back to bed, the baby's crying.
yeah,
When last has she eaten? Have
yeah,
you helped her out around the house? Have you
yeah,
given her a break?"
yeah,
And sometimes it needs somebody else to talk to us and talk to us as a couple and go, I guarantee you,
yeah.
go make breakfast, do the laundry, feed the baby, and she'll be a different
Tell
person.
her she looks beautiful today,
There you
and
go.
you bought her. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes that's all it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work like that. I wish.
You don't have a magic wand. You just tap. That's
No,
not.
no, no. I can tell you, I've also been to some mediation that I had to stop. I said, "That's it. I'm stopping the mediation," when they've gone crazy. So yeah, I've seen them
Let me
all.
let me ask you this, because I'm loving the interview. I'm loving how
Yeah,
you're explaining this, because now I get to understand what you do, and understand when we should come on both sides.
yeah.
Sometimes it's there. Has there ever been a time where everything's going great, and then it just blows up?
Oh yeah,
Like it's going so smooth. Oh yeah, you
yeah,
can have that. Okay, yeah, no problem. And
yeah,
then the one thing,
yeah.
and then it
It's
just
usually, it usually depends who left who.
Ah.
It's it is a lot. Listen, it's feeling, it's emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, it was a marriage. Some been married, for so many years.
Right.
So it's hard. Or somebody, maybe the husband already has a girlfriend, or it could be a hundred. So yeah, there's a lot of feelings, a lot of yeah, I've had it, that we finished it,
Mm-hmm.
and all they have to do is sign, and something happens, but it's okay. But I go back, I talk to
Yeah.
them, and we work it out. Listen, I think because I raised three boys,
Mm-hmm.
that when I meet men, then I tell them, I said, I raised three men, so I'm not against men.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
speech is the first thing I say. I'm a mother of four,
Mm-hmm.
three sons and a husband.
Yeah.
I'm the only woman in the house.
So
Okay.
you get it. You
So
get it. Yeah.
again, yeah. So when I meet them, it's not that I'm like against men. No, not at
Mm-hmm.
all. But so they feel comfortable, and usually, I understand men
Right.
because I raised men. So
So my last question, because
yep,
okay, so it's when you're ready.
yep,
Make sure you have everything, all the paperwork, and what do you have. Now, is it a good idea to come with a list?
absolutely,
Okay, so let's talk about that. What a
absolutely.
list of what I would like, or a list of what I should get, a list of what like. What's the list?
Well, because the list, whatever is in the list is going to usually go into the separation agreement.
Hmm.
So a lot of time, it's not just what I have; it's what they have together. They also have, let's say, they have assets, but they also have debts. That's they're
Mm.
gonna share in the debts too. They're not gonna just
Okay, so hold on. Let's time out on the play. Let's talk about that one because I can't leave that one. So you mean at the end the debts have to be shared as well?
Well, of course, why you were if you were married for 20 years and you have, I'm just giving numbers, and
Yeah.
you have $200,000 cash, but you have $100,000 debt. So what? Who should pay the $100,000 debt? Who?
Hmm.
Who?
So
Just
you got
because maybe it was the husband took it for the business, but the wife enjoyed the money from the business. So
okay,
it
okay,
goes both.
okay. So
Yeah.
everything. So
But
make
that
sure.
depends. Yeah, it depends. Now, I have some couples that are not married, which is
Hmm.
different story if there are common law. So that's, but if they have children, depend how long they've been common law, and it's like, gets into a whole different ballgame.
All right. So here's what I got so far. Make sure you're ready.
Yes.
Make sure that you have no anger, animosity when you're coming into this. It's a clean break.
Yes.
Okay. Be fair. Write
Yeah.
your list down. Know what you guys are getting into by separating.
Yeah.
Because sometimes separation and working it out are two different things, two different ball
Absolutely.
games. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, if you need help, we can't help you. She can't help you until you're ready to get the help. So that's the other thing. And
Yeah.
know what you're working with and
Yeah.
just talk it out. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
All right. And know at the end of the day, just because it's separation doesn't mean it's final. Okay. You've been hearing great stories from her about, a couple still being together, working out with the kids, making sure it's just, sometimes it's just the two, you just couldn't be together, but it doesn't mean that you have to be angry, revengeful, work it out together.
Or use the kids. Don't ever use the kids.
Oh, that's a
Because
big
the
one.
kids suffer.
I like that one. Never,
Never use
ever,
the kids.
ever,
Never.
ever. You listen. I've heard horror stories about that. Like,
Yes, but
they
people
put it.
forget that child,
Mhm.
that child, 50% belongs to each partner.
Yes, and the child loves 50%. So you say anything
Loves
bad
both
about daddy,
parents.
or daddy says anything about mommy, the poor child doesn't know what to think.
Exactly. You're already hurting your own child.
Love it, love it. Okay, it's time for one more. Let's go.
Now time for victory!
I can't let you go without doing pick three. This is too much fun. All right, so here it is. We're gonna pick numbers between 1 and 10. You give me three numbers, and those are the questions I'm gonna ask you. So give me three numbers between 1 and 10.
4, 6, and 8.
4, 6, and 8. Number 4. What are some of the great resources that you have helped you along your way?
children's aides, like, social workers, lawyers. I work with all of them. Yeah, those are the great resources.
All right. Number 6. Who are 3 people who have been most influential in your life?
Number 1, my father, no question. And my 3 boys.
Okay. What? Yeah, I'll give you that one. 3. Okay, yeah. Actually, you know something? No, I'm not gonna get you. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Your 3 boys count as 1. So father is 1. 3 boys count as 2. Give me one more.
I would say my husband.
Okay, there you go.
Honest to God, not because I'm trying to be, on his good side. Honest to God, no. But I'm gonna tell you, people ask me. This is actually why I fight for, women to be treated the way it should be, because I live in a house with 4 men, and I'm treated like a queen.
There you go.
And I think every woman should be treated like that. And that's why I fight for them.
All right. So earlier, I know we weren't going to talk about this, but you have your own shows and different stuff that you do. Where can people find you on social media, email? Where can they find you?
Facebook. Just Google me. Just Google my name. You'll find everything. You believe me, I'm all over all over YouTube, Facebook. Just put my name, and it's like, oh, just call me. Like, I just want to talk to. I'm just going to talk. If there's a woman listening to me and in need of help, just to let you know, you're not alone.
Okay.
Just all you have to do is just pick up the phone and call, and you're not alone. This is the choice that you make. This is a choice that you have. And we'll help you. And I'm saying we because I have a lot of people working with me. We'll help you find, your inner strength. But that's the choice you have to make. And I always say, yes, you can. Don't tell me you can't. You just have to make the decision that you're ready to be treated better. And you're not alone. We're always here for you.
843-6248. That's 843-6248. And listen to what she's saying. You're all stronger. Picking up that phone makes you strong. So just go ahead. And sometimes, something, just to talk to somebody.
Absolutely.
Say, hey, I just need to talk to you. I don't know if it is or isn't or what I should do, or I don't want to. Okay, just pick up the phone. 416-843-6248. Just make up the phone and say, hey, I saw you on the show. I love what you have to say. I love your attitude and your spirit. Just give her a call. All right. Listen, it's been an honor and a pleasure. And I'm so glad that we waited and didn't reschedule. It was been a crazy day today, and we got you on this show because I think you gave a lot of nuggets. And sometimes people leave little nuggets here and there just to think. And you gave some things to make people think. And just, like you said, don't be scared to reach out. And that's the number one thing. Reach out first.
Always.
Okay. Reach out. And hey, if you don't want to talk, send an email. There's the email on the thing. You don't have to put your name. Use a different email if you want to. Make up an email. Just, send an email and say, listen, I'm looking for some information, and get it back. That's your first step. Get it out.
You should never be ashamed. You don't have to hide. You don't have to be ashamed of what you're going through.
Right.
So there's no need, and just so as a mediator, as a legal support advocate, I'm bound by law for privacy. So nothing you tell me will ever go anywhere.
There you go. I love that. All right. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much. And like I tell everybody, you didn't have to watch, but I'm glad that you did. And here's my thought of the day. You have it in you. Okay. Don't doubt yourself. You have the courage in you. So take that first step. Do what you got to do. Life is so great. Like she said, every day we wake up, you got to be gratitude. It's raining, but hey, it's another day. Be happy. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.